Reporting sexual assault in the military is not easy. You hear these stories. They all have the same ending. It never ends well with the victim. I joined the military in 2008. Before all of this happened, my initial goal was to outrank my father, who served for 33 years.
I was stuck.
We interviewed 150 service members and veterans across all the branches of the military who experienced retaliation after reporting their sexual assault.
Administrative punishments and all of that started to happen.
We're talking about serious threats, harassment, loss of job opportunities and promotions, disciplinary actions, criminal charges being brought against them. Essentially, for many people, they found reporting was the beginning of the end of their career.
Oftentimes in the military, when you report sexual assault, the person who committed the crime against you is somebody who also you work with and also you live with. And so you share the same friends, the same acquaintances, the same employer, the same managers, and so there's no escape.
There were rumors going around within my squadron that I was a troublemaker, that I was a liar, and I was isolated from my squadron. I didn't feel comfortable going to squadron functions. You know, I could hear the whispers. Oh yeah, she said so-and-so touched her. I don't believe that.
Once the Air Force really realized that Sierra was not going to give up, that she was going to continue to pursue this, I absolutely feel that our daughter was retaliated against. One of the particular supervisors had sent out an email to all the other workers within her area, and they were telling those individuals not to even communicate with her.
We have this concept of team, and they view the person who made the complaint as somebody who's not a team player versus the person who committed the crime.
And in some cases, retaliation can mean even more sexual harassment.
It escalated to the point where I felt that they were purposely putting me on shifts with the individuals that were assaulting me. There was an incident where, fortunately, I had to go over to the gentleman's office to retrieve some keys, and he forced me on top of his desk. And he just started rubbing against me, masturbating until he was finished.
A number of survivors told us that after they reported, they felt like their supervisors started actively looking for things that they had done wrong and were writing them up for poor performance evaluations, which then can be used to create a record to discharge you from the military.
Previously, she had gotten an award for being an outstanding worker within her section. But now all of a sudden, she was not the good airman that they said she had been. And these infractions were kind of hard to disprove because, okay, she was late for work, but she had permission. She did leave her post, but this was stuff that was commonly done within her work section.
I was relieved to finally be leaving what I considered to be my hell, but I was also sad. I felt like a failure. I had a lot of goals. I was very ambitious, and it just hurts to see all that kind of go down the drain.
We know that 62% of our survivors who report are retaliated against. Yet there was nobody prosecuted, nobody punished for retaliation last year or the year before that. And when no one's held accountable for retaliation, it sends out a horrible message. The message is keep going, keep doing it.
The military needs to demonstrate that it takes retaliation seriously, not by words but by actions. They need to show that people who retaliate against survivors will be held to account. For many people, retaliation is far worse than the sexual assault itself, because they had faith that the military would support them, and then to have their peers and their supervisors, whom they would give their life for, treat them this way was devastating.